All right. Where was I? Jose ConocoPhillips. We already looked at that. Target. We're going to take a look at that one, right? Okay. Asian Jim. Let the runners run. Okay. Asian Jim. When you're doing covered calls, it's not always that easy to let the runners run. Okay. Because with covered calls, there are obligations. Once you sell a covered call at a certain price at a certain date, you're required to fulfill that. And if the stock goes past your strike price and you don't want to let it go, well, you can roll it forward and collect some more money. But at some point in time, you have to let it go. Where do we watch your morning trades? Mindy, how are you today? Oh, Mindy, the morning trades are a paid service. So only those that actually paid for that service get to do that. All right, that'd be on the Patreon. So like I said, I try not to sell anything here. Okay, if you want to join me live the trading, yeah, just go to the website. I'll show you how to get to there. So is your objective to get assigned on your call? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It's always going to be depending on the numbers. So if I buy UL, well, let's try and find another one. Macy's. I bought some Macy's this morning because the numbers just look good on Macy's. See? How do you go wrong there? Look, here's your bottom right there. Look at that. Nice. I bought some Macy's this morning. So it's always going to be about the numbers. So I bought it this morning at 11 and change, and I sold the 11.50s. All right. So it's 40 cents a share. Great. Well, as the stock goes up, and I sell the 11.50s. Once it goes above 11.50s, I can't change my strike price without having to pay money. It's always going to be about the numbers. So as it goes up higher and higher and higher, well, I can roll it forward to collect some more money. But at some point, I have to say bye-bye and see you later. Because eventually, as you see, it goes down, it goes up. It goes down, it goes up. It goes down, now it's going to go up. At what point is it going to turn around? Well, look at the bottom, 10.50. Well, now it's at 11.60. That's $1.10. Okay, well, $1.10 to a $10 stock is over 10%. So there's a 10% increase right there between here and here. It's not a lot of money, but it's a $10 stock. So a $1.50 increase on a $10 stock, yeah, that's 15%. How much higher do you think it's going to go before people like me and some of you in the audience say, you know what, it's up 15, it's up 20, it's up 18, whatever. I'm taking my profits. Profit taken is something that happens. If you don't take your profits, someone else is going to. And then the stock is going to drop because that's all they do. That's it. That's all. They go up, they go down. That's it. So as it goes up, count it in your head. Okay, 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%. At what point do you want to jump out? Because eventually it is going to come back down again and you'll miss that opportunity. So if I buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here. Okay, now Macy's gave me well over 50% about 2 years ago. 1%, 2% every single week. It's not so great this year, but last year and the year before it was awesome. Uh-oh. Where can I open the same menu you have on your screen for myself? This screen here? This is Thinkorswim. You actually have to have Thinkorswim downloaded onto your computer to get to that. Now, Thinkorswim is free to use for a while, but eventually the company that owns it, Charles Schwab, is going to want you to have an account with them. Okay, I like Thinkorswim. I've been using it for 20 years. 15 years ago, I wrote a book on choosing the right trading platform because I was looking for something specific for my style of trading. And this company was the only one that offered it. So I learned it, and I'm thankful that they haven't changed it since. All right, so let's keep on going. Keep on keeping on. Odem, how are you today? What percentage are you looking from? Oh, just here to support. Okay, just here to support. I'm looking at the factual numbers, the bottom to the top. How much distance from the bottom to the top to the bottom to the top to the bottom. Because when you're a trader, there are hundreds, thousands of people sitting in front of their computers every single day. When they see the stock getting down here at the bottom at 1050, well, yeah, I'm going to buy it at 1050. And then as it goes up to here, 1185 or whatever it was, yeah, I'm jumping out. Okay? We're all different. We all have different goals. We all have a different amount of money to play with. We all have a different objective. We all have a different risk factor. So you have to take into consideration, okay, where am I on this hierarchy? Well, me, I'm at 1%, and I want to do covered calls because they're simple, they're safe, they're predictable, they're easy. Okay, and I don't have to spend that much time in front of the computer. 5, 10, 15 minutes a day, that's about it. Pepsi, Dividend, no one. We already looked at Pepsi about a half hour ago. But the stock has to be low. Sophie, not necessarily so. I would like 15% of the fourth of the Google stock with 3% interest. Okay, Sophie, I have no idea what that means. Okay, but stock has to be low, not necessarily. 9/11, what happened because the stock crashed? Okay. Thoroughly explain the stock and evolution of how fast food corporation rule world. Okay, that's way too much there, dude. Gojo, how do I start learning stocks as a beginner? Gojo, it's simple, okay? Really not that difficult, okay? Drive down the street. Take a look at street signs. ExxonMobil, Shell, International House of Pancakes, Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Bed Bath and Beyond, AT&T, Mobile, what do you call it? T-Mobile. Okay, as you're driving down the street of every major city in the United States, you'll see companies that look familiar. Okay, companies you know. Why would you invest into something you know nothing about? Stick to what you know. That's it. James, God is in total control. Woodson, would you? How about Robin? What about it? Harry Hippo, what is the problem with that? Where are you from? Love what you're doing. Thank you. Thank you. Pringle saying blah, blah, blah. What about taxes? I live in Guernsey because of the high taxes elsewhere. Okay, Moser, what I'm going to tell you about taxes. Find yourself a good qualified tax strategist and tell them, I would like to invest in the stock market and I would like to get weekly cash flow and I do not want to pay taxes. A good tax strategist, the very first question you should ask a tax strategist is, how much taxes do you pay? Can you look at KHC, please? Tiny Coco. KHC, Kraft Heinz, no. Wasn't that quick? Look at it. Way down here. High, way down here. So let's take a gander. The bottom of the year was yesterday, also known as Friday. Is today Monday or Tuesday? I forget. I think today's Monday. So Friday is the bottom of the year. But how do we know? Because it's only one day. Okay? And today we only have a higher bottom. We don't have a higher top. So how do we know Friday was the bottom? You need to have more days to compare it to. But at this moment in time, Kraft Heinz bottom was Friday. Today's bottom's a little bit higher. Pepsi thought, where did Pepsi? Next Energy. Tommy, you got to give me the ticker symbol for Next Energy. Now, I know what Nextera is, but Next Energy? No, I don't know that one. How do you get those analysis numbers on the right? Those aren't analysis numbers, brother. Those are option numbers. Okay, stock options. I didn't come up with them. Someone else came up with them. I just showing them. That's it. Oh, Nextera Energy. That's NUE? No, that's Nucor. Nextera. Give me a second. I'll have to think of that one. Lockheed Martin. Bruno. LMT. Same thing with Lockheed Martin. Okay. Friday's a new bottom. Today's just one day to the upside. I just look at the numbers. Okay, here's your 30-day bottom, your 30-day top. Now she's dropping. Here's a new bottom right here that we're working on. Okay, today's one day to the upside. Higher bottom, higher top. So I like 2 days to the upside. And then on the third day, if the third day, yeah, that's when I jump in. What about Kroger? Check out FFIA. What the hell is FFIA? FFIA. Hell no. SRPT. What the hell is SRPT? SRPT. I'm going to say no. Okay? Look at that. High, and it keeps on dropping. Yeah, no. All right, Nextera Energy. Nextera Energy, no. Okay, 30-day bottom, 30-day top. She's dropping, gap down today. Okay, I like 2 days. I don't know how many times I got to repeat it. 2 days to the upside. On the third day, if it's higher, yes. How many contracts do you recommend? Okay, Katie. Okay, I don't know anything about you. I cannot tell you, and I cannot give you recommendations. Okay, me personally, I like to do 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%. I like to have 5 positions per account. Makes it easier to manage. Oh, Mike said FFIA. FFIA. That's still not there, Mike. Okay, FFIA, FFAI. Hell no, brother. Come on, $1.60? How can you get 20 years of increased profits with a stock that's $1.68? Really? Come on, Mike. Do I trade futures? No, I do not. Walgreens? No. Since they got sold, no. Macy's? Yes. AT&T? Yes. Ford? Yes. And Verizon? Yes. Trust the Swiss stock market and exchange market. What about Novartis? Yeah, never heard of it. Okay, I do American stocks. I don't do that. EQIX? EQIX? No. I don't do monthlies. I already said that. Which broker? I use Thinkorswim, which is through Charles Schwab. Okay, so let's keep on going. Tommy, what's going on? Skip, have you checked Intel? Oh, no, we haven't checked Intel. Let's go check Intel. I like Intel. Bum, 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 bum. Wow, I missed all these questions. Holy cow. We got 15 minutes. All right, so we got 15 minutes left. No more stocks. I'm just going to answer questions. Guy got a whole bunch of questions to answer. So let's see what we can do, because we're done here at 11. How do you get those analysis numbers to the right? This is through Thinkorswim. These are option numbers. I have nothing to do with those. They come up on, okay. Sterling, Felix, what's happening? Laurie, good evening. Simba, they come up on Thinkorswim. Nextera Energy, we already looked at that one. How many contracts? I already said that one. Have you checked Intel? INTC. Now, I do have some Intel. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell everyone else. 30-day bottom, 30-day top on Friday. Today's coming back. Yeah, no thanks on Intel. Help me understand, why do dividends matter since you probably are be assigned before the EX date? Why do dividends matter? Okay, it's a great question. Number one, there are two types of companies available in the stock market. One, they share their profits through a dividend. They're sharing their good fortune with me and you. They're sharing their profits. Great. The other company take all the profits, put it back into the company for capital appreciation. If you're looking for capital appreciation, that means the stock price goes higher and higher and higher. You're in the wrong place. I'm here for cash flow only. I have no desire whatsoever to buy a stock and watch it go up. See, watch it go up, 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 up. I have no desire for that whatsoever. I'm 61. The money that I create on a weekly basis pays my bills. Okay, that's why dividends matter to me. Also, a dividend allows me to see if the company is consistently profitable, because a portion of the profits go back to the investors. That's us. So if that dividend increases every single year, well, then I know the company's more profitable every single year. I don't have to read 20 years worth of quarterly reports. Okay? Third is, dividend stocks have a tendency to be predictable and consistent. That means usually, give me a second while I open this up. Okay? Usually, the EX dividend calendar, lows right here. The 23rd is the dividend. Now, if I like lows and I want to take advantage of lows, number one, I can take a look at the dividend, see how often it has increased. Number two, dividend stocks, specifically the ones that I look at, have a tendency to increase in value the closer they get to the EX date. So the EX date for lows is right here. So I don't want to buy lows here, here, or here. I don't want to buy it here, here, here. I want to buy lows here, 2 weeks before the dividend date. Because 2 weeks before the dividend date, the stock goes up in value. And knowing when a stock's going to move based on the dividend, that gives me an edge and tells me when a stock's going to move. So that's when I want to look at it, just before the dividend date. Okay? Hopefully that answered the question. Born Cobb, do you have to have a certain amount of money before trying this method, or can you start small? As a matter of fact, Born Cobb, I'm actually creating a new channel with my grandson, which some of you met last night. Now, we spent yesterday counting change. Now, we all have a change jar somewhere where we throw our pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. Well, we came up with $97.50. So, we're starting my grandson off with another account at $97.50, and we're going to show every single week where me, my ex-wife, my son, my daughter-in-law, and my in-laws, well, they're all going to take all their pennies, nickels, and dimes, throw it in a jar for the grandchildren. They are going to invest using this strategy or something similar to it and share it live. So you get to see how to start off with fractional shares and pennies, nickels, and dimes. Okay, he's 5 years old. So by the time he's 18, hopefully he'll have a nice amount of money and he'll be able to use it. Okay. All right. How much money? Okay, we already did that one. Austin, what's happening, brother? Which broker is best? Okay, Dune, I honestly couldn't tell you what broker is best for you. I have some accounts in Think or Swim, and I have a couple accounts in Robinhood. Okay, so I couldn't tell you which is the best because we're all different. You have a different agenda than I do. I might be older than you. I don't know. Okay, I'm looking for safety and predictability of income. Think you would reverse your writing above the screen. Mr. J, I'm going to tell you the exact same thing I've told 35 other people on YouTube. if you know how to reverse the cameras on YouTube so that everything looks normal to you, you let me know. And then I'll change all the cameras. But until then, there's only one company that I know of that allows you to mirror the images, and that's TikTok. They're all normal. Okay, YouTube's backwards. What stocks would you recommend for beginners to trade with when starting to learn to invest? Okay, Tiny Coco. Oh, I was going to tell you paper trade, but you beat me to that one. I'm saying stick to the good companies, the blue chips. Okay, those are dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, okay, dividend contenders, and Warren Buffett's list. Those 5 lists right there will give you good quality companies that are consistently profitable. Now, I'm not 100% sure about Warren Buffett stocks because I don't do a lot of research on his stocks. I have that philosophy. If it's good enough for Warren, it's good enough for me. It might be right, might be wrong. Hello, James. How's it going? It's going wonderful. As a beginner, what do I have to look? I would say, as a beginner, think long and hard. Is this something you want to add to your morning routine? You think about it. If you get a goldfish, well, you got to change the water. You got to feed it. If you got a dog or a cat, you got to feed it. You got to clean up its mess. Well, we're talking about your money here. If you want it to grow and grow steadily, you got to give it some attention every day or every week at least. Okay? So Dune, I like Thinkorswim. It looks complicated at first, but it's really not that complicated once you get used to what you're looking at. It's kind of like driving a car, all right? So I'm going to assume most of you people have one of those push-button start cars, okay? Put it in drive, you're good to go. Well, for somebody like me, well, we had stick shift, clutch, brakes, emergency brakes. We had the alternator. What do you call it? The altimeter. Tells you what the alternator's doing. We have a temperature gauge. Tells you what the engine's doing. We have a thermostat. Tells you how hot it is. We had a lot of gauges and stuff we had to keep track of while we're driving. Okay, a little bit different. Well, nowadays it's a little easier. Same thing with the stocks. It's a lot easier nowadays than it was when I started. Got into Mara and GE and sold the calls today. Thanks for the education. Chuck! Awesome! Chuck, you get 2 of those. Way to go, Chuck! But Chuck, let me know throughout the week how it progressed for you. If you have questions about your positions, you know what I tell everybody? If you have questions, send me your phone number. As long as it is a US-based phone number, I'll give you a call. Personally, me, personally. I'm not going to pawn it off on someone else because there isn't anybody else. It's just me at the moment. For me, this is a hobby. This is not a business. This is a hobby. It's just me. At some point in time, there's so many other people keep on joining, I might have to turn it into a business, which means I have to hire people to help me. I'm retired. I really don't want to do that, but I might have to. All right, so let's keep on keeping on. Okay, we got 5 minutes left to go. NEE, we did that one. Q's stock. IMAX. Target. I like Target. IMAX I don't really know, so I really can't sell it. UPSD, isn't that Upstart? Uh-oh. Always get somebody every single night asking me about Misty. But you know what? You're asking me about Misty. I'll tell you what. I will look at Misty if you will first go into whatever financial website you use to decide whether or not you like a stock and tell me how many years has Misty increased its dividends to its shareholders. You come back and tell me that, and then we'll spend half hour, 20 minutes, 30 minutes on MSTY. Fair enough? Sammy, Upstart, it has not been around for 20 years. How can I share my number with you? Don't really want to put it on the chat. No, don't, okay? You're on YouTube, okay? On YouTube, you just go to the bio, okay? In the bio, it's like, who is James? Okay, who is the owner of Dividend Stock Talk, or what do you call it? Dividend Stock Talk and the 10MinuteTrader. My email address, my phone number is even on YouTube if you dig deep enough. Okay, send me an email. text message. Either way. Okay? I'll give you a buzz. We'll chat. Brian's, I have a sell call for 245 EX713. Average cost 254 a share. Short sell, how or wait to recover? Oh, Ryan, I have a minor flaw with everything you just said. I have no idea what stock you're talking about. Okay? Ryan's Gaming. Okay? Everything you said, you didn't tell me what stock you're looking at. Bull call option hot. Okay. Lululemon. Yeah, good luck with that one, brother. It doesn't have 20 years of consistent profitability. It's a no for me from the beginning. So I honestly couldn't help you out with Lululemon because it's not something I would look at. Robinhood, I don't think they have dividends, and they have not been around for 20 years ago. Coming at you from London. How are you doing, bloody mate? Go toss off, you lucky wanker. Love the way you guys talk. I got a friend of mine in England. That's the way she talks to me. Oh, sort off, James, you bloody wanker. All right, so 5 fire. Yeah, I'm waiting for you to tell me. Oh, and Coney too. Yeah, Gen Xer, I know that one, Gen Xer. Andrea, can we look at airlines, Delta, American Airlines? They have some earnings coming up in 2 weeks. Okay, hold on a second, Andrea. Bruno, SGBS. What the hell is that, Bruno? SGBS. Hell no. See, that's what it's coming up at. Okay? Can't find that symbol. Delta, DEL. That's not right. American Airlines. Interesting. You got your bottom. Now she's coming up. She's at 1122, the 1124s, the 1150s, 29. That's over 2%. Now, however, Andrea, United, UAL. Awesome too. Basically the same thing. Both United Airlines and American Airlines both have the same chart. Both going the upside. Plenty of space to run. Hey, James, what's your opinion on XRP? Nope. Yeah, I get you're hearing a lot of information on XRP. For me, it's a young man's game. Okay, I'm 61, going to be 62. I have no desire whatsoever to put money into something and having to wait for it. Okay, it hasn't been around long enough to show me personally it has what it takes to earn my business. Okay, it may be the greatest thing since sliced bread. I don't know. But I like to stay only with companies that are consistently profitable for at least 2 decades. XRP isn't there yet. Do you get interest on your cash secured puts collateral? I don't do cash secured puts that often to even worry about that one. Stock ticker MSTR. Strategy. Oh, take a look at that one. Okay. Interesting, if you like that. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. It's time for me to head out. I am going to finish up the questions I have here, and that will be at 30 questions. Holy cow. What do we have? TSLY. Ugh, no. I'm going to say no to that one. It's not the dividend stock that I want to do. Okay. NTLA. KROS. I've never heard of any of these things. Do you diversify among industries? Okay, just here to support. Now, you've been here long enough, okay? I take all my stocks and I put them into the calendar. That tells me who to buy and when to buy. I don't separate them by industry. Sanzo, DE, that's John Deere. Yeah. Man, I swear I hear the same questions every day. You think you do? I've been doing this for 2 years. I hear the same questions every single night. To STZ, we've done that one. Apple stock, love Apple stock. You looked at AEO yesterday, but I don't think they've been profitable for 20 years. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, thanks TikTok Tommy. We'll check into that one tomorrow, but it's past 11. I'm just answering questions now. But come back tomorrow, same time. We'll take a look at it. Best stocks to invest in as a beginner. I tell everyone the same thing. Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, Warren Buffett's list. What's your opinion on Pfizer? Billy, I love Pfizer. It just has to be the right time. U.S. food stock. Mr. Blackhawk, what U.S. food stock are we talking about? Please look at QuantumScape stock. PB, number one. I don't know who QuantumScape stock is. Have they been around for at least 20 years? It's 2 decades. Okay. Mindy thinks that's funny. Pfizer, Billy, I love Pfizer. I do. I'll have to check on it tomorrow. Past my bedtime, I do is right up to 11. What's the name of the new channel for your grandson so we can watch? As soon as I know what it's going to be, I got to coordinate with my son because it will be me, my son, and my grandson, all 3 of us doing it. I think it'll be fun. You know, give us all 3 something to do together, and maybe when I'm an old man and I have great-grandchildren, we can show my great-grandson. That'd be cool. Hey, James, Apple was a good pick today. Hey, Randall Ray, how are you today? Steven Martinez. I actually bought some Hertz today also. Even if it gets called away, you'll be over 2%. Cool beans. Way to go, Chuck. AMGN, what are my thoughts? Okay, Tam, AMGN was great a couple of years ago, but whatever happened in the last few years, the option premium has decreased to a point where it's just not worth the effort. FSLR is the play for this week. Really? I have no idea. Speculation. Okay, thank you for your time. You're welcome. Halliburton, Tim. Yep, I do have some Halliburton. What about CLS? CLS. What the heck is CLS? Celsius? Is that right? CLS? CLS. Oh, what the heck is that? Hell no. Why the hell? Explain to me. Seriously. CLS? Seriously? $60? Now it's at 160? What the hell? You think just because you're going to buy it, it's going to keep on going up? If I bought it, fuck, I'd be taking profits. Look at that. $60 back in April, beginning of April, $60, and it jumped up to 156. That's almost a $100 increase. Yeah, I'd be jumping out of that one. Sorry. STRK is a MicroStrategy bond stock, has 7% dividend, skyrocketed today. STRK. Yeah, hell no. Okay. It's your bottom, your high, drop down, now it jumped up. Great. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow? And it has no options, so yeah, no thank you. No options, no thank you. No dividends, no thank you. Okay, not been in business for at least 20 years, yeah, no thank you. Stock market has been around for 400 years, 423 years to be exact. 1602, the very first dividend stock was created and sold. Okay, the Dutch East India Shipping Company. Stock market has been around for over 400 years. Why would I put my money into a company that has not been profitable for at least 2 decades? Ask yourself. You know, you guys are all adults. Figure out what makes sense to you. To me, 2 decades of increased profitability. That's it. and weekly options. I'm looking for two things and only two things. That's it. Two things and only two things. Consistency of profitability and preservation of my capital. I have a trading strategy that is simple, safe, predictable, consistent, created for a 9-year-old. In 2008, my 9-year-old daughter said, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? Well, most adults don't get it. Most adults don't understand it. Most people want to buy a stock and have it shoot to the moon and then retire the very next day. Well, it does happen. Okay, it hasn't happened to me, and it hasn't happened to anybody that I know personally. But I've heard stories. You know, somebody bought something at $100 and it shot up to 121. That's only a 20% increase. That's not that glamorous. TAM, Hershey's. Yeah, we'll have to take a look at tomorrow. Okay, that being said, it's 11:05. I'm out of here tonight. We're going to do the same thing tomorrow night. Okay, now, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you all again tomorrow. All right, you guys have a great night. See you guys tomorrow. And the meeting, and here we are done. We are done, and we are done. Oops, done. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain, my friend.